Hello everyone. So in today's session, this is coming based upon a lot of our customers have demanded, have had this problem on, especially in Identity Center, where we have a management account. How can they get notified if there is a change that has happened? If an admin has added a particular user or changed a particular permission set or deleted a group, how can they be notified of that change? So that is something I'll show you how we can do it. This pattern will use Event Bridge. It will use Lambda. And this is something that you could it is a serverless architecture that you could kind of set up in your own organizations, and it will help in the operational setup of it. So before we get into it, please like, subscribe and share the channel. So it'll help us a lot. It'll help the channel grow. And please drop in your comment for anything that you may want to go into detail. And I can always create a follow-up video on that. And then we can create about it. But drop in your comment of something that you want me to cover, and I will take care of that. But I hope, without further ado, let's get into it. I hope you remember the previous sessions of Identity Center. If not, you can click on the playlists and check out the Identity Center. And what exactly it is and how is it different from organizations, how is it different from IAM, so that the past few videos will show you about that. But here, this is where I'm sitting in the Identity Center, and if we see in AWS accounts, this is where I was showing what exactly is how the structure is for organizations, where you have an OU, this is what I have an OU, and this is what is part of the management account that is there I have set up. And this is another account that is there you see out here. So this is where you see all the accounts that are created as part of the setup. Now, if I go into the management account, you would see that these are the different permission sets that are there part of the user and group. And as I said earlier, the best practice is that all your identities should be part of the management account. It shouldn't be done in each and every account because it should be a centralized setup. And that is where the whole SSO setup of Identity Center comes into play. But this is what you would want to do. And one of the things, the issue is that, say, if a new group is created, how can I capture the event out to here? Now, one of the things that you could do is you could use an event bridge out here. This is where you could see I have a rule created. I have gone to event bridge. I could create a rule out here. And this is where, if you see, what I was doing is just before this, I was trying to show you how exactly to do it. But now, just to show you, in AWS events, you will not, if I go here, you will not see a sample. Let me actually show you from the start. I could come here and Event Bridge create a rule and go to the rule and say Identity Center change, and I'll just put the same description as well, and I'll choose here. And if you see this is the sample event, I'll skip this sample out here. And if you see out here, there's nothing but Identity Center. There's no Identity Center out here. So how can you capture the event for Identity Center? Because it is not here. One of the ways you could do it is what you could do is you could come here and create your own custom pattern. And as part of this is one of the tricks that you could do. And with put here source, and this is where you could do. So this is where. This is the syntax that could come handy for you, and this is the pattern that will allow you to capture the event, so then you could know what is being done. Now, this is what this will do is, it will say is capture all the events, so then I will know what is the one that is coming for Identity Center. And if you hit next here, and then you could choose a service out here. So then, let me put this in a Lambda for you, so you can then see how exactly to go about using it, which is where I could put it in a Lambda. Okay, my bad. But let me create a function and say, I'll just kind of use a new one. Identity Center event. I'll use Python, and I'll just choose use an existing rule because I have Lambda. I'll use full access and skip the advanced setting and do a create function. And this is going to create a Identity Center. Now this is where I can come in here and I will go back to Event Bridge. I'll go to the rules. My earlier one went away, but nonetheless I'll create again Identity Center event, and this is where I choose. And again I'll do it here. I do a custom pattern. I come in here and I do the source and I do here. And then this is nothing. So this will allow me to capture the event. I do next. I choose the event bus here. I'll choose the same name. And then choose Lambda. And this name I just did. I'll say skip to review. I create the rule. Now this is where, now in here, if I come to the trigger part, and I will see I should see the trigger come up. Here it's coming up here. And you can see the pattern is, it'll show the same pattern out here. But how do I capture the event? Now, and this is where you could kind of just keep it simple for now. And you could just do something like this. And you could just print the event out here. Now, what this will allow you to do is able to capture the event as part of the setup. And when we run this will be printing it out. So this is what you can do. So let me show you, and where is the event captured for event? It will be part of the CloudTrail setup here. But let me just create a test group and show you test, and then create group, and this is the group that is created. Now I should see an event come up in CloudTrail, and that should show the event that is there. So let's wait and see if it comes up. It does take in CloudTrail around 5 minutes to wait for it. So but these are some of the earlier ones that you see. The event source is going to be sso.amazonaws.com, and you see and you could come here in CloudTrail and choose the event source out here. Then you could just do you could copy this one, sso. And you could just select from here, and I'll only show you the ones that are there. Now, this is something that could be useful for you. So actually, let's do one thing. Let's create one test user as well and see if this shows up here. So probably I'll need to do these mandatory. I need an email actually. So yeah, then let's skip this for now, and let's see if we get the rule out here. Let me do one thing. Let me add a user to the group that I just created, and add user to group Arina Technologies. I added one user, and now let's see if this event shows up out here. So this one, it assumed the role, and the reason why it assumed the role is because if you want, we can see this event. This is the amplifier setup, but it should come here. That is the a describe group. You see, I did a describe, and this is one of the event that is there. So this is, all these events are captured. So this could be very useful for an organization to know if somebody's coming here and doing any activity. This is what you could check it as part of the CloudTrail setup. So I think the other ones are also going to come up. So let's give it some time. But this event should be good enough for you guys to know that what exactly is the event and how what is being captured. So let's see this and see if we capture something in one of our logs out here. So here you could see the monitor part, and see, there you go. There is one dot, which means it was invoked. And I will have some log created, and I could come here in CloudWatch, and I'll see the event that is being captured. Now this is a neat trick for capturing an event, and you could then, once you capture the event, then life is simple, because then you will need to just parse the event and accordingly trigger the Lambda out here. But this is a sample. Okay, there you go. You see this? But I don't see the log actually. So why don't I see the log? I should see the event that is there. They print it. Let's see. I cannot see if there's any other event that's come out here. Look up event. Describe group. Describe the users. Let me do one thing. Let me do a permission set. Add a permission set and see if that triggers the Lambda, because this should be part of the setup. Or let me do this. Say I want a data scientist permission set. And if I do this data scientist, there you go, 1 hour anyways, I'll delete it. But I'm just creating this for the sake of capturing that event. So now I have a data scientist created. So if I come here in event history, and this is where it does take some time to get it captured. So now I have some more events being part of CloudTrail. So let's see if there is some event like some blog that is being captured. It is still not there. And it does take some time for CloudWatch to show, because it's from the time the CloudTrail has the event. It takes around 5 to 10 minutes for the event in CloudTrail to come up and, the CloudWatch to come up and show. So let's make this say 5 minutes and see. Probably not. Okay, so let's just wait for this one and see what's going on as part of this, because this is enabled. I have this event out here, and this is the setting. And I come here and I have this sources anything. So it should capture it. So let's give it some time. So I created this permission set. You see, this is one of the events that is showing up in CloudTrail. And this is the SSO setup that is being, and this is the event source. This is the event source that will be captured, which is sso.amazonaws.com. And this is something that you could see from here. And this is the event name, like create permission set is one event name that you would want to see as part of this. But here is where you could kind of do it as part of the setup as well. Now, that is where you would want to see and capture it. So what you could do is, for now, I think it's probably taking some time. What I can do is I can just capture this here, and I can just trigger this out of the setup, and I can just give this a name. And for now, I'll give this the create permission set, and let's save. On a test, this should now invoke, and yeah, but this is just forcefully invoking it. What I was hoping to see is that this is going to be printing the event that is there. But I wanted the Lambda to be able to trigger from the rule itself. Somehow it's not, but this is how the event would have been captured if I would have sent it from automatically. But nonetheless, I think you get the gist that this is how you could capture the event. So now we have this event that is being captured, right? We could also come in here in CloudTrail. Now I showed you can do this. So what is the event? How you would want to only ensure, because now what would happen is whenever this will get triggered, it'll show all the events that are there in CloudTrail, which is going to be a lot. And all we want to do is we just want to capture the Identity Center event. So what you will need to do is, as part of this setup, you can come in here, you can edit this particular pattern to make it specific for Identity Center. And the way this rule is going to be is, it's going to look like something like this, which is, I'll just delete this. Let me just type something fresh. And all this links in the code is going to be there in the blog, which is on the link below. So please you could check it out. And this is where you can see, this is going to be the setup for this, which is aws.sso-directory. And the reason why we did that is, in here, we saw it. This is sso.amazonaws.com, and that is one of the event, and that is where this is the SSO directory is what we want to capture. And just to make it more granular, we could always put a detail type as well, and then we make it like say AWS. Which will ensure we only get the events that are from the SSO directory, which is for Identity Center. And if I hit next, the same will be done. I could just do skip to review and update rule. So this will now only trigger the Lambda function when the permission set has changed. So now this is where you could always come and monitor the logs. You could print it out. You could see this output being done. You would come and check out the logs as well as part of the setup, and you could then process the one. And once you capture the event, then all you have to do is you have to parse the JSON. Out here you see the JSON is pretty standard. It's nothing different. And you could just parse the JSON. You could send out a notification to others. And the architecture is simple. All you do is you capture an event, which is a CloudTrail event, and then you call a Lambda function. And once you have the Lambda function, all you have to do is you print the event, and then accordingly, you parse it and send out an email. So I hope this helps. It's a very serverless architecture, it's a no-ops model, which is a no-operation model, and something you don't need any infrastructure because it's serverless. So I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share the video. Please contact us for any of your cloud requirements or cloud consulting requirements. We have decades of experience in cloud, and we can definitely help your organization take the right step in cloud. With that, thank you and see you in the next video.